Hello, Bold Confidence friends. It's Gina Matejczyk. You are on the Friday Coffee Talk. So I'm a little late today. Normally we have Friday Coffee Chat and Coffee Talk at 8 a.m. Central Time. And that's something that I've always done every week. But with this weather, how are you guys doing with this weather? What's going on with you? What's the weather like where you're at? In Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have black ice on the streets and the weather's crazy. So post on here where you're from and what is the weather like for you, because it's like winter wonderland here with black ice. It's crazy. So today we're going to talk about growth. So as you guys may or may not remember, and if you're new to the group, welcome to Bold Confidence with Gina. I'm Gina Matejczyk, and every Friday I am going to be talking about one of your power words for 2021. So I posted at the beginning of the year, what's your power word? What does it mean to you? As you may know, Bold Confidence, I have it tattooed right here, was my power word 3 years ago. And my power word has transformed my life, and it transformed my mind and everything. So I'm really into power words and mantras, and I'm a mindset coach and a life coach for women in business and high-level entrepreneurs. So with these power words today, I have a list of power words. So if you guys have a power word that I have not talked about, or you're new, tell me what your power word is. Thank you for joining, Tabitha, my faithful, devoted coffee chat friend. Athena, thanks for joining. I know it's freaking cold. And Athena, I saw a message come in from you. I will be responding to you here really soon. So today's power word is growth. I'm super excited about this word. It's super, super cool. Now, the person that has this power word, her name is Jodie Cassidy. And let me make sure here, nobody else has this word. Nope, just Jodie Cassidy. But other people may be interested in growth. Now, if Jodie hops on here live, that would be awesome. If she hops on replay, Jodie, explain to us what are you thinking along the lines of growth? Is it business, personal? Is it a transformation in an area of your life that you're needing to grow in? So share with us a little bit, if you don't mind, share with us a little bit more on what you're thinking, because what you're thinking and what I'm thinking, I'd like for it to match. But for the most part today in growth, I'm just going to take the initiative and talk about our mindset of growth, because if you're going to grow in any area of your life, let's face it, you cannot grow without having the right mindset. So my question for you today, and this goes into what we're going to be talking about today, is a growth mindset, or do you have a fixed mindset? And what do those even mean? Now, I'm going to start to tell you that both of these, growth mindset and a fixed mindset, is two separate opposite ways of thinking. And I really want you to get real with yourself, okay? Because everybody's going to say, oh yeah, I have a growth mindset, right? But do you really? This is where I call, and I'm writing a book about come to Jesus talks that you have with yourself. And these self-reflections that you have on what kind of mindset do you really have. And I want you to take this time to really get real with yourself. And you don't have to share here or anything, but I want you to just take this as an opportunity for you to grow. But identifying which one of the two you are is going to help you grow substantially in your business and, of course, mentally, and it changes your whole being. Like total. So let me ask you this. So let's go over a couple things like I naturally do. And if I'm looking down, it's because I took some notes and I want to stay on point because I respect your time. So, and if anybody's drinking coffee in here, let me know. I am not a 12 o'clock nooner coffee drinker, but I might have a sip of this. Yes, I may not eat pizza, but I have Diet Coke once in a while. And so anyway, growth mindset. So, oh no, I want to back up a second. I'm going to define what growth is. Growth means, and I looked it up, the definition of it is the process of increasing, right? It's something that is growing. And so I took the initiative to talk about our mindset and what that really means. So similar words to growth are amplified, right? Prosperity, development, expansion, up leveling, upserving. You drink coffee all day. I forgot to buy coffee, so I'm down to instant. Ooh, instant's probably good too, but that's funny, Athena. You drink coffee all day? Really? Give me a thumbs up if you're like really serious. Ugh. I could not drink coffee all day. I'd be buzzing all day. Okay, so similar words are that amplified, it's the prosperity, it's up serving, up leveling, expansion, like you're wanting to expand your mind, right? So in what area of growth do you guys want to grow in? Why don't you put in the comments for me right here, right below. Tell me, what area do you want to grow in? Is it financial? Is it personal? Is it more confidence? Is it financial, personal confidence? Is it business? Is it abundance? What is it personally that you want to grow in? Like what level? Maybe it's your mindset. And if it's your mind, what is it particular that you want to grow more on? Okay, I'll give you an example for me. You can't use my example, but my example is I want to grow in the abundance mindset, which I'm not going to talk about that today, but I'm just telling you an area that I want to grow in, and I want to hear from you. What area do you want to grow in? Mine just happened to be a mindset. You could be in something else. So with abundance mindset, I want to have the abundance, like there is so much enough of everything everywhere, and everything, long as I'm putting in the work, like it's just gonna happen, right? And speaking to the right people and being consistent. Athena says consistency and team growth and sales. So, and I think for you and I, and for a lot of us, being consistent can be a problem. Like today, I could have easily not been consistent on my live, right? I could have said, you know what, the weather's bad. I missed 8 o'clock. Like who drinks coffee at 12? I could have talked myself out of it. But consistency is doing it anyway. Consistency is showing up, right? It's creating that habit within yourself. And that team growth and sales, girl, you're on fire. All of that and what we do as a business entrepreneur is speaking to the right people. Who are we speaking to? And having that abundance mindset, right? So which one are you? Let's talk about this. Growth mindset or are you fixed mindset? So if you have a growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow for you, right? You look at failure as, hey, what am I going to learn from this, right? And not that takes away that you may have some fear of failing, right? It doesn't take that away, but you're on the right track if you at least at the end of the day go, okay, failure is an opportunity for me to grow. You can learn to do anything that you want, right? That's a growth mindset. Efforts and attitude determine your abilities, right? You challenge yourself to grow, right? You like to try new things, right? Persistence is the face of setbacks, right? There might be some setbacks. Today I had a setback. I couldn't go live at 8 o'clock, but I decided to come up and show up today at 12:10. Priorities learn over seeking approval. Like this is an approval. Like you're approving yourself to do the actions that's necessary despite what people are going to think of you, right? And that's a different subject and that's a little hard to do, but that's what accepting and loving yourself is when you show up for yourself because you know you're speaking to the right women, and the right women are going to show up when you show up, right? So those are some growth mindset definitions. Okay, so let's dive into the fixed mindset. This is really interesting because all these things, I used to be some of this. And sometimes I find myself repeating some of these fixed mindsets. So I'm not perfect. Not feeling like you are a bother. Yes, that's a good one too. So fixed mindset, we're gonna dive into this one. So I'll give you the list. Failure is the limit of my abilities, right? You think, oh, okay, I failed at doing consistent lives. That's just me, right? That's just the mindset you have, like, but that's just me. I'm not consistent, right? That's just me. You just have that fixed mindset that you're not going to grow. You're not going to get better, right? So another fixed mindset is I'm either good at it or I'm not, right? You always say that, like, oh, I'm good at Facebook Lives, but who is? Nobody is, right? But you get better. You build your confidence. You build that perseverance. So my abilities are unchanging. I don't like to be challenged. I can either do it or I can't. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Let's see, unable to handle criticism or feedback. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh. So unable to handle criticism or feedback. Let's talk about that for a second. Because some of us, and this used to be me, I used to be stubborn and didn't want people to tell me what to do. And I just knew it, right? I was like, even as an adult, I'm like that 18-year-old that just knows it all, right? They're 16, 18, you hand them keys, and all of a sudden, they know it all. Like, it's the weirdest thing. You're like, really? Just a few years ago, you were sucking your thumb and I was changing your diaper, and now all of a sudden you know it all. It's the craziest thing. Kids are just crazy. Crazy, crazy. So, unable to handle criticism and feedback is part of the fixed mindset. So if you are able to handle criticism and feedback, that's good. It's a growth mindset. But I'm telling you, as women, it's hard for us. Hey, Janine, thanks for being here. We're talking about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I want to grow in everything in any way that I can in life and enhance my mind health. And I'll have to continue watching that. And let's see, what does it say? And strength, companies, marriage, and relationships. Living every day as if is my last. Knowledge is power. Yes. I love that. Meredith, or not Meredith. I called you Meredith. Tabitha. Yes. Knowledge is power. It's like that. And let's see. I want that to go down. Okay. So, yeah, my comments. That's weird. So whenever I respond. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry you see my big finger in the way. Okay. I think I fixed it. Okay. Yes. So Tabitha, that's really good. You want to grow in every way, right? And let's talk about that for a second, because to grow in every way, imagine putting all your energy and efforts into every way. Like, that would be really hard. It's like saying, like, I'm going to mow the lawn, clean the house, and scrub my toilets, and clean out the garage, and clean out my attic, and then I'm going to make dinner. Like, it's impossible to do all these things in one day, right? So what is that one thing, Tabitha? What's that one area you're like, that one area? And I know you have an amazing marriage, and you have an amazing relationship with your friends, and you're an amazing woman, right? I know that about you. But what's that one inner core deep area of yourself that you're like, that I know I need growth. I know I'm good at being a wife, being a boss lady. Like, but what's that really deep core? And that's what this conversation is about with ourselves, right? Yeah, time management. Time management. Oh, that, sister, are you ADHD? Yes or no? We're being real here. I just have to know, because I am, and I had to learn time management. And I can talk about that some other time on how I developed really good time management skills. You're not? Okay, well, that's good, because you don't want to be. But I will tell you a helpful tip on time management is, one is focusing on one thing at a time, but also two, prioritizing your day with your top 2 non-negotiables, right? And also using a calendar and blocking out that time. Yeah, Athena, that's a sticky one. Which topic? I'm rediscovering, I'm a control freak. Tabitha, yes. No, delegating and letting go and letting other people, even family, do the things that you're so used to doing is really, really, really hard. And you know, Tabitha, if you are that person that, and self-awareness is huge. I teach a lot of that in my life coaching. And as a John Maxwell coach, I have a test that I can give my women. It's a behavioral analyst test that identifies exactly your strengths, your weaknesses, how to effectively communicate with others, including your spouse, your friends, your coworkers. It's an amazing tool that I use that I love. And yeah, time management's huge. Maybe I should talk about that, maybe on a Wednesday. But knowing who you are and your strengths and weaknesses is good. But nobody wants to talk about our weaknesses, right? And sometimes we have blind spots about our weaknesses that we don't want to uncover, because if anybody sees those, if anybody sees that we're not organized, like we're not going to look so professional, we're not going to look so savvy, we're not going to look so put together, right? Like, and that's okay. People don't need to know that you're not the best time manager person. I wasn't for the longest time. I had to learn that skill. So we all have the capability of learning time management and being more organized and letting go and delegating. We have the ability. It's when you don't think you have the ability, you won't make space and room for that ability. Hands down. If you do not have the space in your mind to think and be open to the possibility of what would it look like to delegate and let that go, although you're like, okay, that would look amazing, but I can't because I can't let go of control, then letting go of control is something that we can dive in deeper. But imagine all the possibilities of the things that you can get done if you let go of control. And most of the times we spin and cycle in our heads of all the things that we're trying to control in our heads. Like you probably spent 3 hours of your day just thinking about all the things that you got to control and organize for the day, right? But imagine if you're able to open up that space and you had room to like do something really special for your spouse, or do something extra special for your employees, or maybe do something for yourself that you need to like refill your cup, so you can be consistent with your social media, so you can grow your business, so you can financially be like so abundantly successful that it's because you created the space. And we will never ever grow unless we really look at ourselves internally and really decide if we are a growth mindset. Are we willing to take criticism and accept feedback? Are we willing to keep our egos and attitude in front of us and not accept those things that are waiting for us, those criticisms that's happening? So if you're threatened by success of others, ooh, that's a good one. That's a fixed mindset. And being threatened by success of others is something that as women, we can't help. Like, let's be real. We can't help but go, oh, did you see what she's doing? Like, but it's amazing if you talk to that person, their story is absolutely incredible, right? They probably pushed and perseverance. They probably sweat, blood, tears to get to the success that they had. It wasn't overnight. I'm sure it was crazy grit work, right? Because that's what happens with almost every success. So if you're a successful business person and maybe you're not happy with your body, let's just go there. So you're highly successful businesswoman and we're not satisfied with our body. Well, what's the difference there? You have this strong mindset, right? But something about all the time that you've given to the success that you haven't given to your body, right? So redirecting some of that to reflect and show that your healthy body. And first of all, weight and numbers doesn't make you hot and successful, right? Because numbers is just numbers. It's how you feel. And I'm always talking about how much you should love yourself first, right where you're at, right at our age, with our stretch marks, babies, no babies, like right where we're at. We should totally embrace who we are and love ourselves exactly where we're at, and then make the physical changes that we can control, right? But everything starts with your mindset. Do you have a fixed mindset or do you have a growth mindset? Are you willing to make changes? So to cultivate, this is it, and then we're gonna end it. But to cultivate our growth in our life, if you want to grow in your life and you want to cultivate growth, start with your thinking, right? Be aware of what you're thinking. Get real with yourself on those blind spots about yourself. What about your ego and your attitude? Like, how do you feel when someone tells you, girl, girl, they say that, you're taking it wrong. Like, do you get defensive? Do you get angry? Like, have those real talks with yourself. But are you willing to let that go? Are you willing to be open to suggestions and the feedback? Are you willing to learn and ask questions? If you don't know something, are you willing to be resourceful? Google, look around, ask for help. Find somebody that's doing what you're doing and have coffee with them. Have a virtual coffee. Like, find somebody that you look up to and you're like, I need to be in that circle. Get it. Go do it. That's all that I do. That's my life, because I want to be surrounded by amazing, powerful, like-minded women, right? Because I want to take my standards for myself are higher. So why wouldn't I try harder, be harder, do something, and not really work so hard that it feels so hard, like 40 hours of your day was spent working so hard? I think that's not working smart if you're working hard, right? Because let's be real, we want to work smarter and not harder. So those are some of the things that I suggest. The reward to all this is the opportunity, the knowledge, and the profit that you will inherit from having a growth mindset. So that's it for the day with Coffee Talk, and I hope you guys enjoyed this growth power word. It's super cool, and hopefully Jodie comes on here later and tells us what she's thinking. I hope this helped her. I hope this helped you guys. And thank you for being here. I love you guys for being here and supporting me, and I support you too. So I think I'm going to go answer Athena's question right now in Messenger, and I'm going to get my workout in for the day. Janine, thank you for being here. Tabitha, Athena, I love you guys. And be sure and put what area of growth you want. Where are you going to grow? All right, Tabitha, you're welcome. You're welcome, Janine. Bye, guys. Happy Friday. Stay safe.